All right, folks, just like that, after a crazy, crazy game, I have to adjust all these things. So just bear with me for 1 second. I told you we were doing this straight away. Yes, you are first. You are first in this one. I have to adjust all these things. So just give me 1 quick second. Again, this is game number 2, the last one. Absolutely phenomenal game. Overtime, the first overtime game in XFL history, in this edition at least. Let me adjust all these screens and we'll be good to go. And apologies for the late start, obviously completely out of my control because the last game ran very, very long. So let me adjust this. All right. So Arlington going to start off with the ball. And each team has 3 timeouts. You got a challenge left. I'm adjusting everything as we speak. So obviously, the logos are not right just yet. Give me 1 quick second to do that. All right, first play goes to Letty Brown, 2nd and 10. Trim except for the master round. Oh, this has been phenomenal. This has been a dream for ESPN. Because there's nothing really on right now because the Masters is rained out. And just adjust the Orlando logo, and we'll be good to go. And we'll just pull up everything for the game. Again, we're doing this on the fly, no time whatsoever to prepare. Letty Brown down the 35-yard line. Just scan the Orlando logo, ready. Here we go. Orlando enters this game as the favorite. Dormady playing about as well as any QB in the XFL right now. I don't know how we're coming back from what we just saw in St. Louis. I mean, what a way to start the week. What a way to start the week. That got me fired up. That got me fired up. Perez, his first throw, past the sticks. First down, 49-yard line. Again, Perez just acquired from the Renegades. And let me just adjust my monitors really quickly. Again, this is a work in progress right now because I thought I was going to have more time on my hands, but obviously that is not the case for obvious reasons. Have to pull up the rosters and everything. First down, play action. Perez going to fire past the sticks. Bit high. Is that going to be a helmet-to-helmet hit? As of now, no. Matt Elam with the hit there. Heavy hit there. Caleb Vander Esch, the intended target on the play. Bit high on the throw, and then Matt Elam comes and delivers the boom. But that looked helmet-to-helmet. That could easily be challenged. Elam also getting looked at right now. And Vander Esch also getting looked at, so we have a bit of a break in the action. 13:09 left. And this game actually has playoff implications for Orlando, as crazy as it sounds. Never thought I'd say that at the start of the year, but you know what? Orlando is 1-6, but they're playing as good offensively as any team in the XFL. They've come close in a few games. They just beat an undefeated DC team. And you know what? San Antonio's banged up. Arlington's banged up. Neither of those teams are playing well. If Orlando can win this game, they still got a game against San Antonio. And then at that point, who knows? Honestly, at that point, who knows? Second and 10, 49-yard line. Handoff. Goes to Letty Brown. Brown breaks a tackle. He gets the first down, it looks like, into Orlando territory on the opening drive. This crowd is depressing compared to the St. Louis crowd. Yeah, I'm guessing about 6,000 are going to be there today. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. If they haven't done a good job connecting to the city, they haven't done a good job on the field, it's not a fun product, Orlando, for the most part. Yeah, they played better lately, but it still doesn't change the fact that you're 1-6. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Perez drops back, fires, caught, out route, catch on the play there made by number 85, Tyler Vaughns. So Perez off to a good start so far. He's 3 for 3. Little toe drag swag action there. Balin Buchanan on the coverage. Move the guard in San Diego. I mean, I moved the Vipers, but I think the Vipers are going to stay in Vegas. As crazy as it sounds, I think they're going to stay in Vegas. They'll just have to get a deal done with Allegiant somehow. But I think The Rock wants them in Vegas. Handoff up the middle. Gets the first down and then some. Down to the 15-yard line is Davion Smith. They've been alternating between him and Brown a lot lately. Instead of just going to Smith. Smith got most of the carries to start the season off. Now they've been alternating between Smith and Brown. Again, big game here. Arlington, 3-4. San Antonio, 2-5. Orlando, 1-6. One of these teams has to make the playoffs. One of these teams has to make the playoffs. Favorite Whisper song? Rocksteady. It's got to be Rocksteady. How spring football should be played? Absolutely. First 10 to 15. Perez hands it off. Up the middle. Smith. Smith comes back 10. And down at the 7-yard line. Tackle there made by Stanley Mapunga. You have Aiden Smith looks hobbled up. A big loss for the Renegades. And there's a flag on the play, so this might be coming back too. Predict which YouTube celeb takes up the entire third quarter in this game. You're assuming anyone's even at this game. Arlington might not make the playoffs. Look, they gotta win this game. Because San Antonio's on their tails, Orlando will be on their tails. Like after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. Oh. And unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. Okay, so offsetting penalties. So it's just 2nd and 3. Okay. Think the Rams still win the 2021 NFC Championship if Tart doesn't drop the pick? I don't think so. No. I think that drop pick changed everything. Yeah, the Whispers are absolute. I can't name any other Whisper songs besides Rocksteady. It's a great song. I just can't name any others besides that. Second and 2. Handoff goes to Brown. He needs 2 yards, and he's got it with a second effort. First down. First and goal at the 5. So a good opening drive to start this game off for Arlington. And this game started a bit later than usual simply because the last game took a while to play because it went to overtime. Rams-Packers, if that was the game, I think the Packers win. I think the Packers win that one. First and goal. Perez. You go fade route, one-on-one. Looking incomplete pass. It was Lawan Winningham. Unable to win that one. Nice coverage there by Balin Buchanan. It's actually not a bad throw. Not a bad throw. Hit his helmet and whatnot. Just good coverage by Buchanan. Yeah, that cannot be a pretty packed crowd. That's got to be about... I'd wager 6,000 in there. We'll say Rodgers is lucky that he won a Super Bowl right away. Super Bowl 45. Because the narrative would be very different if he didn't. Smith, he's back in after being injured and having to leave the game. He's back in, which is good to see. I don't want to get anything going there, though. Offensive line did him no favors. So 3rd and goal. I will say really quickly after we go to commercial break, I will have to be gone for a solid 30 seconds. Won't be long. It won't be long. I literally woke up and I worked on the and I hopped on the stream. I had no time in between the games, obviously. So Cards beat the Rams to reach the divisional. Oh, the Cards would have lost straight away. They were terrible second half of the season. Third and goal intended for no one, really. I guess Winningham was the intended target, but no one in the close proximity. Perez just does a smart play, throws it away. Fourth and goal. Going to try a 23-yard field goal from here. Should be a routine kick for Taylor Russolino, maybe the best kicker in the XFL. Said plenty like this before. I figure this should be a chip shot. Marquette King on the hold. Antonio Ortiz on the long snap. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up right down the middle. Chip shot for Russolino. With 7:50 left. Lightning will capitalize once it got down to the 5-yard line, but a nice drive by Arlington to start things off, and they lead 3-0. They take us to a commercial. All right, I will be right back. Just give me 30 seconds. We'll be right back. Hang on. All right, we are good to go. Thank you so much. Again, apologies for that. Just had to take care of some things that I usually take care of in the morning, but couldn't do it because of the stream. I thought I had time to do it in between the games, but there was no time between the games because of the overtime. Yeah, what happened? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. It was more of I had to go to the bathroom. It was more just that. Nothing happened. We are all good to go now. Again, I just couldn't do it before the stream started, so the whole time. So that was all it was. So we're good. Says part of JJ Watt's legacy is that I never got to experience a conference championship, let alone a Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily sad. I mean, for a defensive end, that doesn't impact his legacy whatsoever. I don't think it changes anything. Pacific Northwest all-time NBA starting five with 2 Blazers, 2 Sonics, 1 Grizzly. Huh. Let's think. You gotta have Drexler. Problem is, I mean, you think Peyton and Allen. You gotta go Peyton and Allen for guards. Drexler, but then you're kind of screwed otherwise. So let me think about this. As it's a trick play on the kickoff. It's a reverse 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 out of the 32-yard line. Trick play there on the kickoff. You got some yardage out of it. So it was a reverse play. So Dormady and company going to start the 32-yard line. The Grizzlies are the hard part. Green's from Ireland. Really? All the way from Ireland, watching the XFL in Ireland. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be fun. You really love football if you're tuning in from Ireland to watch Arlington, Orlando. The Grizzlies are the hard part. Here we go. First down. Normandy. Empty backfield. Slant route. Almost intercepted. Actually, very lucky that wasn't picked off. Ran the whole way. And jumped in front of that. Devontae Bosby jumped in front of that. That never had a shot. Jordan Thomas, the intended target on the play. I mean, Parsons wasn't terrible in Memphis. He was actually pretty good in Memphis, and then he just fell off after that. So maybe you could put Parsons on there. Oh, you're Yankee vacationing out. Still, the fact you're choosing to spend some time on vacation with me, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Stuffed in the backfield. Loss of about 2 or 3 on the play. Devin Darrington. Yeah, this is the tough one. Let me think. You see, Francis was the most hated man. That was really the reason they moved. If Francis didn't do what he did, I'm not sure they move. I honestly don't know if they move. 3rd and 12. Firing, not even close. Intended target on the play. Cody Latmer, the former Bronco, converted to tight end. 3 and out. So a quick drive. Oh, wait, what was I thinking with Parsons when Gasol was right there? What was I thinking? Well, brain fart. Okay. So I think Gasol has to be your center. Gasol has to be at center. Gasol has to be at center. 4th and 12. They're punting this away. We fielded, or actually bounced, a very favorable bounce, and muffed, and just got to fall on it, but he can't fall on it. Orlando's got it. Oh my goodness, from bad to worse. Oh my goodness, Orlando's got it at the 4-yard line. Orlando's got it at the 4-yard line. From bad to worse. Joe Powell tried to play it off the bounce, couldn't do it. And the Guardians, Dedrick Thomas. Oh, just 95 to 01 era? Oh, just 95 to 01 era. Okay. In that case, I guess Sharif. Or Sharif. I guess in that case, you got to go Sharif. 8-yard line is what they're going to mark it. Going to try a wide receiver pass. He's open. Oh, they botched it. Oh, they botched it. He was open. Oh, Eli Rogers, the thrower. Dan Williams, III, the intended target. Incomplete pass. That one hurts. Bottom team was trying to play spoiler. I think Orlando's trying to play more than spoiler at this point. Yeah, Orlando's trying to play more than spoiler. Orlando, honestly, they win this game. They're 1 game back from playoffs, so 2 to play, and they still have to play San Antonio. And San Antonio is banged up. It is not out of the realm of possibility Orlando makes the playoffs. As insane as that sounds, they are still very much alive. Handoff, Darrington. Gain of about 2. So starting 5 under those conditions. I'll put Sharif at center in that case. Put Sharif at center. Like, can I put Durant at, or is that not allowed? Can Durant play, or is that not allowed? 3rd and goal, 6-yard line. Dormandy fires, end zone. Dropped and then almost picked off. Almost picked off by Shakur Brown. Dropped by Eli Rogers. So a rough drive for Rogers. Misfired on the pass and then dropped that play. So they get good field position off the muff. But that's not on Rogers. That's a bad throw. That was way behind him. That's not on Rogers. Brown's got to pick that one off. Like I said, Durant doesn't count. Good thing to do on a Saturday afternoon? Absolutely. Look, watching football, what's better than that? 24-yard field goal attempt. So the teams will trade field goals on their opening drives. With one drive being way more chaotic than the other. 4:30 left. 3 apiece in a big game in the South Division. Arlington wins. They pretty much have a playoff spot on lockdown. Orlando wins. And it is very interesting for that second spot. All right, so let's think. Let's think. So I would think for... Okay, let's go Sharif. At forward, we're going to go Sean Kemp, and we're going to go with Drexler. And at guard, we're going to go Ray Allen at shooting guard, and we're going to go with Dame at point. That's what we're going to do. That's the game plan. I feel pretty comfortable with that as my 5. If Vancouver ever gets an NBA team via expansion, the Grizzlies team gets relinquished, will the Memphis Hustle branding move up to the NBA? No, I don't think so. I don't think that would happen. So yeah, for those of you just joining us, this is 3 apiece. This game just started, game number 2 of the doubleheader. In terms of what's coming up, tomorrow, Houston, San Antonio, we're not live streaming that. We are live streaming Seattle, DC. A very Don Nelson approach there. We are live streaming Seattle, DC. That game is at night. That game is at 7 o'clock Eastern. We are live streaming that game. Hopefully we live stream it on time. Hopefully I'm not late for that one. It depends on what's happening with the Diamondbacks, because I will be there. Yeah, Grizzlies name, the Chicago Fire name for MLS, dates back to the WFL. Yeah, there's some... Charlotte Hornets, same thing. The Hornets dates back to the WFL. All right, Texas starting 5 can't have more than 2 from one team. Ooh. Man. Oh, they walked in a run, jeez. All right, let's think about this. Let's go Harden at shooting guard. Let's go Akeem at center. We got to go David Robinson at power forward, although I'm debating between that and Tim. Man. Point guard, I guess you got to go... I got to go Tony Parker at point. So you got your small forward. Who are you putting at small forward? That's the question. You got to put a Maverick at small forward. Although I could put a Spurs small forward. You know, I could put actually. Let's go Dirk at power forward, and you go with Kawhi as your small forward. You could do that. Honestly, that's not a bad Texas starting 5. And that could actually open up if you want Luka as your point guard over Tony Parker. That's close. But I think Harden is the shooting guard. Say Luka at point or Parker. Alex English is a good pick too. That's a very good pick. First down the 26-yard line for Arlington. But I can't not have Akeem at center. Akeem at center, I have to have that. Power forward is tough because you can choose between David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki. Those are really the 3 you can choose from. And they're all good choices. I wish I could play them all, but you can't. You can't play them all. Just adjusting my monitor because, apologies for the super close up there. Twins are up 9-4, so that game's about to be over, so I'm adjusting my monitor to a different game. 1st and 10, ball at the 27-yard line. Got a field goal on the last drive. We'll see what they can do here. Perez drops back. Slant route. It's caught. Gain of 18 on the play. Catch there made by Javonte Payton. Perez looking very comfortable starting his Renegades debut. Hoping he can be the answer at QB. They've struggled at QB tremendously. They tried Plitt. That didn't work. They tried Sloter. That didn't work. Tried just about every option under the sun. Nothing's working. Will Perez be the answer? Basically the 3rd starting quarterback they've had this year. Screen pass. Risky play, but it's caught by Payton once again out at the 48-yard line. Risky play. But Javonte Payton back-to-back catches. If Buffalo ever gets to the NBA again, do you think they would be called the Braves? No. I don't think we're ever going to see another team called the Braves. I'll put it that way. I don't think we are ever going to see another team called the Braves. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. That's the second time today that the Renegades have been called for unsportsmanlike conduct, and they call it on Payton, the man who made the grab. You got to keep their composure in check. That's the second time today that's happened. Oh yeah, that'll do it. He got all up in his face. That will absolutely do it. Got all up in Matt Elam's face. Maybe had some words after that hit he issued on Caleb Van Der Esch on the first drive. That'll do it from 2nd and 3 to now 2nd and a mile. 2nd and 18. They're going to go with a draw play. I don't like that call on 2nd and 18. So wasted down. They go to Smith. It gets nothing, really. It gets nothing. So now they're at the 46-yard line. Elon Musk ruined Twitter. Oh, absolutely he ruined Twitter. Now all these features you got to pay for that do nothing. He let his own ego get the best of him. Every change is made. The only change that he made that I actually kind of like is the fact that companies have squares. I do like that. Every other change has been worse. 3rd and 14, ball at the 41-yard line. Perez drops back, has a step in the pocket, fires, past the sticks. Good effort, incomplete pass coverage on the play. Who else? Matt Elam, 4th down. And after a good start to the drive, thanks to an unsportsmanlike penalty on Javonte Payton, the drive gets stalled and they have to punt this one away. Oh, Perez missed a guy wide open over the middle. I couldn't tell who that was, but he missed a guy wide open over the middle. And he was looking at him too, and he threw to the sideline. He was wide up over the middle. 4th and 14. New York Times ruined the Athletic. I don't think that. I don't think they ruined the Athletic. I think it must definitely ruin Twitter. Punt field at the 20-yard line. So 30. Down at the 35, 36-yard line. So that's where Orlando takes over with 1:45 left in the first quarter of action. Again, we have been on since 1 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to do 6 straight hours of streaming for you guys today. Normandy. Going to go back under center. Let a field goal drive last time. To some extent, I shouldn't say let a field goal drive. I should say they went 3 and out, and then a muff punt. Got into the 4-yard line, 6-yard line, and then they went 3 and out and had to kick a field goal. Weird opening drive for Orlando to start off, but we'll see what they can do here. Darrington, nothing doing. He has been getting bottled up today. He's been playing better lately, but just bottled up lately. Tackle there by number 53, Darnell Sankey. Sank the tank on that one. 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line. And you can see the standings on your screen if you're watching on ESPN, which is where this game is being televised. Arlington 3 and 4, Orlando 1 and 6. Orlando wins this game. They're only 1 game back of a playoff spot. As crazy as it sounds. One of St. Louis, Seattle, D.C. is missing the playoffs. One of Arlington, Orlando, San Antonio is making it. It's that kind of year. He was down. He was down before. As of now, they're letting it play. They're saying scoop and score touchdown. I think it was very clear that ball hit the dirt beforehand. I could be dead wrong. If it stands, it's a touchdown, scoop and score on the play by Devontae Bosby. But I think the ball hit the ground. I absolutely think that the ground caused the fumble. I could be dead wrong on that. Let's see the replay here. I could have swore the ground caused... Actually, I don't know. There was a transfer. He transferred the ball from one hand to the other. Did he lose possession in that transfer? I don't know. I think the ground definitely elevated it. I think that's going to stand. Let's see this. No, someone did touch him down. No, that ball's out. Folks, that ball is out. That ball is absolutely out. Oh, my goodness. Bruce Hector with the tackle. Devontae Bosby with the scoop and score. And just like that, just the way the ball bounced back up, I thought that he was down, but no. Absolutely not. Wide receiver pass, incomplete pass, intended Brandon Arconato on there. But, oh my goodness, did not see that coming. I apologize for that one. I really thought in real time that ball, the ground caused the fumble, but that's why you let it play on. That's why you don't blow it dead. Wow. Just the way the ball bounced back up. Like he was going down, the guy didn't strip him. He just lost it on his own control. So a scoop and score from Devontae Ballsby with 55 seconds left. Arlington leading 9-3 now. Orlando still nothing doing. No first downs for them today. They've had 3 real drives and they've gotten nothing out of it. They're not able to run the ball. They're averaging 1.4 yards per play. Just 3 yards per carry, but a lot of that was that last play by Dormady. And that kickoff is muffed at the 12-yard line, but recovered to the 30, to the 35, out to the 37-yard line. So good starting field position there. Dedrick Thomas on the return. So 1st and 10, ball at the 37-yard line. Wednesday, ask you your least favorite non-AFC South team is. My internet lagged. Yes, the Steelers or Patriots. Steelers. I do not like the Patriots, but I do not like the Steelers. I would have to say the Steelers. We have a rivalry with them. So 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Dormady fumbled on the last drive. Can he rebound here? Dormady drops back. In the pocket. Fires. Deep. He's got a step. And he stumbled. He stumbled. Incomplete pass. Charleston Rambo. Unable to do the Charleston there. He stumbled trying to track that ball at the 20-yard line. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Would have been a huge play. Why aren't I a New York sports fan? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I just never wanted to be one necessarily. I have a soft spot for some of those teams, but I never just wanted to be a New York sports fan. I didn't want to be like everyone else. So screen pass. Gain of 8 on the play. Dan Williams takes it down to the end of the first quarter. We have an injured Renegade on the field before we end this quarter. Injured man looks like it's number 50, Willie Taylor. Just on baseball news, the Twins just beat the Astros 9-6. Get a nice little shot of Spaceship Earth. Get some Cup All action in there. Yeah, just never wanted to be a New York sports fan. Guess it was just the whole thing of like sitting in the cold and doing all that stuff, and this is being like everyone else. Didn't want to do that. One Lions vlogger begging Witherspoon at 6 and a trade for Kansas City at 18. I'm still begging Gonzalez at 6 and Steelers sticking with 18 home draft Joey Porter. Joey Porter, man, that would make sense. That would make sense. I still have no clue what the Jags are going to do. I'm betting on Torrance being the pick, but I have no clue. Am I crazy for still not believing the Raiders make the playoffs? They only play weak competition. Oh, you're not crazy. No, I'm right there with you. AL is stacked this year. Angels look like they're for real. Blue Jays look for real. Look, I'm not sold on the Rays just yet. It's a long season. It's a very long season. Look, at the end of the day, the teams have played 8 games for the most part, 7-8 games. That doesn't even come out percentage-wise to one full game in the NFL. This is like deciding who's going to make the playoffs and whatnot after 3 quarters of week 1. That's what this is. It's still super, super early. Most hated teams, Cowboys, Pats, Seahawks, Niners. That makes sense. That makes complete sense. Have very good reason to hate all those teams. Astros have been essentially playing 500 ball, missing Altuve. Oh, for sure. They'll be fine, though. They'll be fine. Going to the game tomorrow. Who you got? Mayo or Roscoe? Take Mayo. I'll take Mayo. In terms of what's coming up on the channel tomorrow, draft video from the 60s, if all goes according to plan. JG7, I'm not sure we're going to have a video on JG7 tomorrow. Put so many out there, I don't think I have the energy to put out another one. Just yet, at least. We're at commercial break right now. However, you can still bet on Orlando to win the XFL championship at plus 1,500 to plus 15,000. Leicester was 5,000. Orlando was plus 15,000. No one's giving them a shot. But they're still mathematically alive. That's the crazy part. And Dormandy's playing as well as any QB right now in the XFL. So, I'm not saying they will, but plus 15,000. It's a lot. Orlando, for the first time today, has a first down. They need 2 yards on the play. They get 3. First and 10. So again, JG9 video coming out tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. JG7 video coming out hopefully by Monday at least. I don't think we're going to see one tomorrow, but we'll see one on Monday for sure. JG8 video, I have to write a script, send it to my editor, and we'll work on that. But hopefully we should have one coming out in the next few days on that channel as well. First and Dormandy. Feeling pressure. He loses the ball. Held it way too high. Arlington indicating they have it. Do they? And for the second time today, Dormandy fumbles. And it's recovered by the Renegades. Held that way too high. An easy strip sack. And Dormandy played so well lately, it's all falling apart. It is all falling apart right now. First and 10 for the Renegades. Orlando's got to be careful here. Arlington's playing some very good football as long as they're not shooting themselves in the foot with sportsmanlike conduct penalties. Top 5 across all the sports: Astros, Dodgers, Seahawks, Thunder, Niners. That makes sense, yeah. Too bad the Longhorns didn't have to say they had to say it at Holiday Inn Express back then. First attempt, the 45-yard line. Play action. Perez. Looking. Caught. 20-yard line. Down at the 18, 17-yard line. Tyler Vaughn's. Gain of 28. Yeah, you can't hate the Cardinals. There's no reason to. First down, Renegades. And just like that, Arlington is in the red zone. Well within Russolino's range to make it a 9-point game, and well within range to make it a 2-score game. We'll see. Handoff goes to Letty Brown. Brown, gain of 1. Second and 8. Bears fan, no teams I hate. Really? Even the Packers. Perez, play action. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle on the play. Open field tackle there made by Balin Buchanan. Catch made by Brandon Arconato. Third and 8. You're probably the only Bears fan that does not hate the Packers. I will put it that way. 3rd and 9. Perez fires short of the sticks down the 12-yard line. Catch there made by Tyler Vaughns. He's been the go-to guy all day. Tyler Vaughns so far, 3 catches, 45 yards. Fourth and 5. Field goal try for Russolino. So after some bad field position by Orlando, they do force a stop. They do force the Renegades to settle for 3. 31-yard attempt for the best kicker in the XFL. Taylor Russolino. Kick is up right down the middle. Someone's going to give him a look for sure. Ping pong at my place tonight. I do not own a ping pong table. What's called my monitor was acting very weird. I had to make some adjustments. With that, it's a 12-3 ball game. Renegades have scored on all of their drives thus far. It was stated teams Idaho State, Montana, Alabama, Oregon, Washington. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Useful overtime game last season was the Breakers being the Panthers 31-27. I do remember there was an overtime game. I forget what the score was in that one. So for the person who said that it was the first OT game decided by 4 points, not true. Apparently not true. So 11:23 left. Sounds like I got ping pong going on. I do not. That was me having to adjust the joystick on my Xbox controller, since that's how I'm watching one of the monitors via my Xbox One. Again, 12-3 ball game. We're at commercial break right now. Again, in terms of what's on the agenda, Wednesday night, live NFL trivia, 9 p.m. Eastern over on Twitch. Should be a really fun night as always. The JG7 videos, let's see, because I keep losing track of all the videos I did for JG7 this week. So go check them out if you haven't already. Today's video that dropped on JG7 is a video about the Mets in 1980 and how Frank Taveras went on a bizarre hitting streak, all thanks to his wife. Yesterday, a video on the Expos, a bizarre controversy in 1990 that they had, where a player accused him of being racist, and it was very, very weird as to why he was accused of being racist. We also had a video come out on Thursday with Ed Whitson developing his signature palm ball by accident. We had a video come out on Tuesday. The 1981 World Series, a near disaster that took place with a fire at Yankee Stadium. The day before that, Monday, we had a dumb decisions from D-backs Dodgers when they ran on Mookie Betts. It was terrible. Coach or evening shade? Probably coach. I'm Blue should be banned from radios in Moscow, but isn't. Now before that, we had a video coming out that came out last week again about the a player who was accidentally called up by the Angels. So 6 videos in the last week on JG7. The JG9 videos that have come out lately, there's been a lot of them. We've had videos on, let me just check, because again, I lose track of everything. Dennis Martinez got a trophy bigger than for me. Did not know that. Last week, we had a Sam White April Fool's prank video. We had a Abe Woodson switching positions in the middle of the season, failing miserably at that. Darryl LaMonica video on how he was in the hospital and then played right after that. An NFC Championship controversy video. That's doing really, really well. A bizarre broadcasting controversy there. We had a bizarre broadcasting controversy with the Falcons. We have the Jets in 1977 being forced to wear pantyhose by their coach, and a video that just came out today about the NBC declaring a sellout in Rams-Oilers, even though the game was not sold out. Least hateable Big Four teams. Hornets you can hate because of Bridges. You can hate the Hornets because of Bridges. So 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Orlando's got the ball. Sabres you can't really hate. I'd say the Sabres. They're not really hateable. Down to the 31-yard line. And Dormady has filled on each of his last 2 drives. Marlins are not hateable. There is a flag on the play. It's going to be holding, so bring it back. There'll be someone complaining after a fan celebrate third. Oh. Yeah, Marlins, yeah. I would say Marlins. Although they've made, yeah, that's clearly a hold. They've made the World Series before. They've made two, so I guess you could hate them for that. The Rockies, I don't know if you can hate the Rockies. You can hate their owner, but like hate the fans, hate the players. I don't think you can hate the Rockies. Wasn't it the first ever Rams game in the poor man's candlestick? No, that was in 1980. First game was Rams-Lions. That was the game that Billy Sims went off. That was when Billy Sims just went berserk on everyone. 2nd and 10. Curl route. Caught. 40. 45. Down at the 50-yard line. Catch there made on the play by number 17, Eli Rogers. Someone say Sacramento Kings when Minnesota they didn't move to Seattle in 2013. Yeah, I'd say Sacramento is probably the least hateable fan base. They got screwed over by Donaghy. They've had it rough. Light the beam. Look, if the Suns can't win it, I want the Kings to, but I think this is the Suns here. 1st and 10 at midfield. 10 minutes left in the first half. Must-win game for Orlando, that's putting it lightly. Play action to Martin. Dormandy steps up, fires. Holding on the play, incomplete pass. From bad to worse, so it doesn't even matter. KD Cannon, the intended target who dropped it, but pushed him back 10 for a holding penalty. Or hands to the face, rather. On number 77, Abdul Beecham. The Magic, that's another good option. Can't really hate the Magic. Can't really hate on them. 1st and 15. Yeah, I'll be very confused if they draft Hooker. Because Cousins still has years left. If you're going to go with him, don't go with Hooker. I won't get that at all. 2nd 14 ball at the 46-yard line. We got 9:20 left in this first half of action. Ball at the 46-yard line. Empty backfield, 5 wide, Dormandy. Drops back. Fires quickly. It's caught down at the 44, 43-yard line is where they're going to mark a catch on the play they're made by Dedrick Thomas, the main return man. So 3rd and 3. Yeah, I still have to do mock drafts and everything. I still have to do a ton of scouting. I still have a lot of homework to do. So I've been so busy with the baseball channel. I have a ton of homework to do. But we'll get there. We will get there for sure. I'll put it this way. By the time the final stream happens before the draft, you'll know exactly my thoughts on every prospect. 3rd and 4. Dormandy fires deep. Not even close to anyone in the area. Coverage there on the play. Coming courtesy of Shakur Brown. Intended target was 81 Jordan Thomas. 4th and 4. Anyone hate the Nuggets? Oh, you can hate the Nuggets. You can hate them for Jokic winning MVP and whatnot. You got to go for it here. 4th and 4. A punt here, if it's a touchback, would be a 9-yard gain. I don't think you can hate, there's not a whole lot to hate about them, but I can definitely see how you can hate the Nuggets. Plus, they've been relatively successful for the past 2 decades. It just hasn't clicked. 4th and 4. Empty backfield. There was movement. There was movement by the wide receiver, number 81. Jordan Thomas, he moved, and now they're going to have to punt this one away. Orlando playing very sloppy football right now. They'll be forced to punt this one away. Again, I don't know, though, why on 3rd and 4. If you're going to go for on 4th down, you know it's 4-down territory. Why are you calling that play? Why are you calling a fly route on 4th and 4? Or 3rd and 4, rather. If you're going to go for on 4th and 4. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think anyone hates the Cowboys, Bruins, Lakers, or Yankees, right? I thought that was a joke about Cowboys fans being Yankee fans and Laker fans. And then I met a guy in high school. He was a freshman. I was a junior. Dumb as rocks. he was a fan of all those teams. I was like, how? I thought that was a meme. I thought that was a joke. How can you be a fan of the Cowboys, Yankees, and Lakers? Wizards? Can't really hate the Wizards, no. Can't really hate on the Wizards. Buffalo Bills are hard to hate. I mean, I could see how you hate them. 4 Super Bowl appearances. I could see some of the antics of some of the players rubbing people the wrong way. I could see it. And I could see how you could hate their fans to some extent. I could see that. Pelicans? Oh, no, they're easy to hate. They're easy to hate. Not that I hate them, but you can hate them for basically getting Anthony Davis and Zion. You can hate them for that. Brewers? Oh, they're extremely easy to hate. They gave Ryan Braun a standing ovation after he cheated. Only people who hit the D-backs are Yankee fans that saw the ninth inning Game 7. I love that. I love the fact that Arizona sports have only won once, and the only time they won was when everyone was rooting against them, and they were playing the Yankees. You realize how hard that is to have people root for the Yankees? Yeah, it's very easy to hate the Brewers. I'm also kind of biased as a Cardinals fan. I like the Cards and the D-backs. I'm very biased. But yeah, I find it very easy to hate the Brewers. Very, very easy. Ideal team for a Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers fan. I would say Bruins, Blackhawks, or Penguins. One of those 3. I'd probably go Bruins. Bruins would probably be the ideal one just because... No, it wasn't the fault of the D-backs. It was because of a national tragedy. But I think Bruins make the most sense because then you have a New York team and a Boston team. And just like, what are you on? Like, I know a guy that's a Yankees... He's a fan of the Yankees and a fan of the Patriots. I'm like, how? How does that even work? Oh, no. Yeah, again, it was not the fault of the D-backs. It was not the fault of the D-backs whatsoever. Texans are easy to hit because of Watson. Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. 1st and 10. Play action. Hits Arcanado in the flat. Gain of, let's say, 6 on the play. Second and 4. Have about 7:20 left. Arlington up by 9. They've been playing very well today, especially defensively. The 3 points that Orlando scored was on a muff punt. Arlington's defense has been solid as a rock after Orlando scored 36 last week. Letty Brown gained a 3 on the run. 3rd and 1. Toronto has been on a dread since the expansion era. Browns are easy to hit for the same reason, but they shouldn't have come back in 99. I mean, they shouldn't have lost their team in the first place, but yeah, they were not easy to hate before, and now they are the most hateable team in football. Like, I cannot root for the Browns as long as Watson's there. I can't do it. Third and 1. Ball the 21-yard line. They need 1 yard to get the first down. They're all bunched up, only 1 wide. Gonna sneak. Perez needs a yard. He got 2. And I keep it simple. A nice play there. First down. With 6:20 left in the first half of action. Nice push there. Nice second effort given by number 81, Nate Becker. Gave that little push just to get Perez in the right direction. Your Rams fan by other teams are from Washington. That makes sense, yeah. That makes sense. 5 seconds on the play clock. Got to get this one off. 6 minutes left. 23-yard line. Perez drops back. Pocket collapses on him. He gets hit. Got to fall on it. Who's got the ball? Who's got the ball? That looked like a fumble. Who's got it? Looks like Arlington has it. Orlando's not really reacting, so Arlington's got this ball. They forced pressure for really the first time today. And it looked on that like Jake Setz, number 68. Got it. Yeah, that's a fumble. That ball's coming out before that arm is going forward. Nice pressure there. Pressure on the play. Forced by Gerald Willis. Second and 17. Arlington lucky to recover that one. Are the Chiefs becoming easy to hate because of dominance? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely they're becoming easy to hate. Teams that win are easy to hate. I don't hate anyone specifically on them, but they are very easy to hate. They are very, very easy to hate. Look, you make 5 straight AFC championships, you become very easy to hate. All right, third down. 4 minutes left. 4.5 minutes left, rather. Third down around the 23-yard line. 3rd and 10. They get the yardage back from the sack. Strip sack. Perez batted down at the line. Incomplete pass. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen. And Willis, once again, he got the hit on the he got the sack on first down. Gets the bat down there. 4th and 10. Or that one actually, I'm going to say it's Smith. It was Smith. Terrence Smith. Who batted that one down. They were trying to set up that screen pass. Look, they were trying to go to Smith, but then Smith bats it down. You should switch from the Mariners to the Yankees. Hate the Mariners as a Mariners fan. Oh, I hate the Jaguars as a Jags fan. Or I used to. Now I love them. But look, the Jaguars before November were like so easy to hate. Like it was just infuriating watching this team. Booming punt. Field at the 14-yard line. So a nice play to flip the field. The 20, 25 breaks a tackle. Down at the 30 after a spin move. So a nice return, 16-yard return on a booming punt. That punt got, let me do some quick math in my head, 67 yards of hang time, and then 16-yard return out to the 30-yard line. That's where they're going to start this. Again, Orlando gets the ball to start the half. Keep that in mind. So even though they're down 9, they haven't played well offensively, only 2 first downs. If they can get something here, they can double up. Again, Orlando needs this game. They don't win this game, their season's pretty much over. Trevor is so fun to watch since he's starting figuring out how to play from behind. Oh, look, this season was awesome. This season was awesome. We were down 27-0, and like I was thinking, like I was less worried when we were down by 10 points in the third quarter than I was in 2017 when we were down by 3. Because you just know Trevor's going to get it done. We're going to find a way. Which is such a change in pace from what I said at the start of the season when I said Trevor was the least clutch quarterback in football. Which he was. And now he proved me wrong. He turned it around. He turned it around. Which I'm really happy about. I've never been more happy to be proven wrong. Because we need him to be that. 2nd and 10. Ball to 31. Nice one-handed grab there. Terrible throw, but nice one-handed grab there. Catch on the play there made by Cody Latmer. Down to the 36-yard line, so 3rd and 4. This Cowboy fan was rooting for him to come back in that game. Yeah, that was I was at that game. I thought nothing was going to top the Titans game the week before, and then that game happened. And I was like, okay. I've been going to games since 2006, and I just saw the 2 best games I'll ever see in my life back-to-back weeks. Still hasn't sunk in. 3rd and 4, Dormandy. Going past the 6, it's caught. First down and more. Spin move, Latmer. Cody Latmer, that one an easier grab than the last one. At the 2:20, they're going to go no huddle. Try to get one more play out before the 2-minute warning. They have all 3 timeouts. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining. Latmer wide open over the middle. And eventually brought down the play by Busby. Will they get one more playoff? They're at the 44-yard line. They do get the playoff. First and 10. Dormandy fires. He's open. Curl route over the middle. Caught. First down. Eli Rogers down the 31-yard line. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 1:57 left. Orlando with a chance to double up. In a must-win game for them to keep their season alive. They lose this game, they're pretty much eliminated. I would think they're mathematically eliminated. At 1-7, they would be done. Because Arlington 3-4, so they would be done. They need this win. They get this win. Honestly, one game back with 2 to play, it's doable. Yeah, teams with bad owners like Commanders, Angels, next. Yeah, easy to hate because of the owners. Yeah, very easy to hate because of the owners. Do the Hawks win the finals in 2021 if they had Luka? I don't think so. I don't think so. Giannis, that postseason, was just unstoppable. He was a force to be reckoned with. No one was stopping him. Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers, Bruins are the ultimate bandwagon fan. I will be the second biggest. Dodgers, definitely Dodgers. Dodgers, Celtics, Blackhawks or Penguins, and then NFL. I would have said Patriots. I can't do that anymore. Steelers, Chiefs, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Packers. Yeah, Packers. That's a good one. But I don't know now anymore. Niners, no. You don't really see too many bandwagon Niner fans. Chiefs, Warriors, Dodgers, Lightning. I've definitely seen my fair share of bandwagon Warriors fans. Definitely seen that. First down to 32-yard line. Catch is made down to 17-yard line for number 17. Eli Rogers. He had a 15 on the play. Good for a first down. Again, they got all 3 timeouts left. Time is not an issue whatsoever. Orlando gets the ball to start the second half, so they can double up here. They don't have to get it all back. Taking their time, huddling up. Here we go. Dormandy fires, end zone, slant route, batted down, incomplete pass. Intended target on the play was a nice throw for Katie Cannon. It's good coverage though. Nice throw on the slant route. Batted down on the plate, looked like by Shakur Brown, who's been all over the place today. 1:21 left. What is the most I hate myself fandom? Lions, Mariners, Hornets, and Blue Jackets. I'd probably say that. Screen pass gets the first down. They go to Jordan Thomas down at the 6-yard line. They have all the timeouts. If you're Arlington, 3rd and 1 actually. They don't get the first down. If you're Arlington, I start thinking about burning the timeouts. They get this first down. But there was a flag on the play. They missed the start of the play. I think this is going to be... I don't know who this is going to be on, actually. They missed the start of the play. I mean, the Lions have won 2 playoff games since... They've won 1 playoff game since 1958. It's got to be the Lions. So we're on the field on the defense. So automatic first down for the Guardians. Or illegal substitution, yep. I'll put it this way. The Jaguars from 2008 through timeout Renegades. 59 seconds left. Let me just do some quick math here because this is a lot. The Jaguar... Okay, here's how to look at it. Let's say last season didn't happen for the Jaguars. Let's say last season didn't happen. We could go until 2074 without winning a playoff game. 2072. And yet, we would have more playoff wins from 2008 to 2072 than the Lions. Again, Weather Chart with a $2. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the stream. I didn't think we were going to make it. What'd I miss? We didn't get a weather report, but Dormandy fumbled twice. It's been a rough game for Orlando, but they're driving. First and goal at the 4-yard line. You missed a phenomenal overtime game. St. Louis, Vegas. St. Louis was down by 9. We had OT, and St. Louis won by 4. It was a crazy, crazy finish. Dormandy, first and goal, stepping up in the pocket, fires, end zone, interference on the play. So move it to the 1-yard line. Pass interference going to be called on number 2, it looks like. We do not have my depth chart. I don't have a number 2 on my depth chart, so I can't say who it is. A lawyer doing math. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a reason that I did not like federal income tax class. There's a reason that class pushed me through a breaking point. The please like me Phantom combo, least hateable. You're holding on the defense. The least likable, or most likable teams. It's on Bosby. What do you miss from this game? Not a whole lot. Orlando's got nothing going offensively. Perez looks pretty sharp in his first game with the Renegades. Looks pretty sharp. They've got nothing going on the ground. Guardians have. Dormandy's fumbled twice. Yeah, it's been just a pretty generic game for the most part. Jermaine Martin in the backfield has not gotten a handoff yet, but he's a bulldozer. We'll see if they give it to him. So they're just going to keep it with Dormandy, and he gets it in. Touchdown. Touchdown, Guardians. 12-9. We'll see if they go for 3 and try and tie it up. Remember, they can double up because they do get the ball to start the second half. So Dormandy leads the drive. After back-to-back drives with fumbles, he does recover. We'll see what they do here. Do they try to tie it up? No one filed a weather report. They're going to go for 1. All right, interesting strategy not to go for 2, but rather to go for 1. Usually, you don't see teams going for 1 unless they can make it a 2-possession game. They're going to go for 1 here. Stretch, no good. Dormandy cannot get in. RPO, they fake the handoff to Martin, and instead Dormandy keeps himself. Wrong call. 12-9. Interesting decision. I would have gone for 2 there. I wouldn't try to tie it up. You don't need to tie it up just yet. But I would have gone for 2 there. There's no real difference in my mind between going for 1 and going for 2. Oh, that's not dumb decisions. I disagree with it, but that's dumb decisions. That's not dumb decisions. Dumb decisions was what Vegas did. What Vegas did earlier against St. Louis with their fake field goal nonsense. That was dumb decisions. All right, 88 degrees and partly cloudy. Yeah, that's what it looks like. The Max Herman incident would have been formidable if happened during a live Bears broadcast. Pretty much. The please like me Phantom combo, least hateable, most likable teams. I'd say Jaguars. I would say Mariners, Sacramento Kings, and probably Kraken. I would guess that. How much time is left? 50 seconds left. What was the situation to have a dumb decision for a fake field goal? It was 4th down and 8 with 8 seconds left in the half. So, and it wasn't just a fake field goal. It was the fact that it was given to the holder and then he pitched it to the tight end who then threw it. So it took way too long to develop. And even if the play worked, you're not getting a touchdown off of it. You're not getting a touchdown. You're going to be short by like 5-10 yards. So you're just going to have to try a field goal again because there's 3 seconds left. I will say there was a fake punt for a touchdown in the St. Louis game, which was nuts to see. So that was fun. Blocking the back on the Renegades is the call. Orlando has all 3 timeouts left, and they are backed up. So just something to keep in mind. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. Orlando might want to consider using some of these timeouts depending on how this goes. First down at the 10-yard line. We'll see what Arlington decides to do. They got 3 wide. You got 1 in the backfield. Looks like it's Letty Brown in the backfield, from what I can tell. It's going to be a handoff. Gain of 1. Orlando, you got to think Buckley's going to call a timeout. And he's not, because he's Terrell Buckley. And that's what he does. He makes bad coaching moves. I don't get why you're not calling timeout. You have him pinned back at the 10-yard line. Why would you... You're going to go into the half down by 3. Why would you not call timeout and try to get the ball back? Dormandy's hurt. Never mind. Hang on, Dormandy. They're checking him out. Okay, that's why. His arm might have gotten hurt on that 1-point conversion. All right, that actually makes some sense then. 3 seconds left. They call one more play. It goes to Brown, and no good. While the Nets leave New Jersey, the Izod Center was a dump. Barclays Center is gorgeous. They weren't getting big free agents to New Jersey. Barclays is a dump. Not Barclays. What am I saying? Izod is a dump. I've toured Izod. It's an outdated facility that is stuck in the 80s and not in a good way. It's basically if the Nassau Coliseum was just a tad bit wider, which is not a compliment. Jason Kidd should be fired after the Mavericks tanking debacle. He should have been fired a long time ago. Year 2 Jason Kidd is never any good. So that takes us to the half. 12-9 game. We'll see Dormandy's status. Will he be okay to go in the third quarter? So actually take that back about Buckley not calling timeouts, if that's the case. No, Devils play Prudential. That's actually a nice arena. It's in a weird spot, but it's a nice arena. Why don't you like me teams? Oilers, Sonics, Expos, Thrashers. So in terms of what's on the agenda, since we are at halftime, we have a 10-minute break in the action. 12-9 ball game. When the Lions' last home playoff game, 4 Lions scored touchdown. One was Barry Sanders, who was not one of the other 3. All right. Let me think. Willie Green scored one. There was a defensive touchdown. I think Moore didn't score. I don't think Moore scored that game. Green, I know, scored. I know Green scored. But I don't think Moore scored. Yeah, Nets got bought by a Russian owner. That was what it was. Got bought out by a Russian owner. I wish they changed their name to the Swamp Dragons. I really wish that materialized. Swamp Dragons is such a cool name. I wish they did it. But again, 12-9 ball game. Oh, it's Robert Clark. Favorite jersey in what sport? What sport? Oh, XFL jerseys. Ooh. I don't know, they're all kind of the same. I don't really have a preference. I don't really have a preference in the jerseys. They're all kind of the same. I would say... Yeah, they're all very similar. I don't like Houston's helmet, so I guess Houston's last. Favorite Sonics logo? Oh, it's the one with the Space Needle in the background. It's the one with the Space Needle, the semicircle. So, that one... I guess my favorite jerseys... Yeah, the 2020 XFL unis were better. But I kind of... Orlando's look is weird, but I kind of like it. It's unique. It stands out. So I guess Orlando would probably be my favorite, and Houston's my least favorite. Every single pro sports league outside the XFL is missing a massive opportunity not naming a team the Dragons. It's just a cool name. Announcers, we played one half. What stands out? Absolutely nothing. I mean, nothing's really stood out this game so far. It's been just a pretty back and forth. Nothing, like Dormandy says, struggles. Orlando can't get the run game going. That's the main thing. They can't get the running game going whatsoever. Darrington's got nothing. They haven't given it to Martin at all. I don't know why, because he's a bulldozer. Middle of the field's been open for Orlando. I will say that. Thoughts on the late 90s Rockets logo with the angry face rocket? Oh, it was terrible. It was so 90s, but it was terrible. So cartoonish and not in a good way. Orlando gives you lime green Seahawks. Yeah, but the lime green Seahawks ones just made my eyes bleed. These actually work. Drexel, yeah, the Dayton Dragons in the in whatever league they play in, single A. Don't know the name of the league they play in. Midwest League, I think. I think it's Midwest League. It's a great logo. Why did the Nets move to Moscow? Moscow's, because then every team would want to move to Moscow. That's the only reason. It's an NBA conspiracy. Otherwise, the league would just move all its games to Moscow. The Brooklyn Nets sound like a traveling female singing troupe. The Brooklyn Nets. Oh, I've never thought of that, but I will never be able to unthink that. That's amazing. I do like how one team doesn't have to wear a white jersey. I like that too. I like that. Again, what's at stake this game? Orlando is 1-6. They lose, they're mathematically eliminated. You can stick a fork in them. They win this one, they're 2-6. Arlington's 3-5. San Antonio is 2-5. And one of these teams is guaranteed to make the playoffs. Again, it's crazy that Arlington or San Antonio, one of them will make the playoffs. St. Louis, DC, Seattle, one of them will miss the playoffs, which is crazy. All-time NBA Florida starting five. 3 of each and 2 of each. All right. All right, let's think. Let me think about this. All right. Let's go Shaq at center. Wade at shooting guard. Go Penny at point. Give me LeBron at small. And give me Bosh at power. Unless can Mourning play power? If Mourning can play power, do that. Otherwise, just give me the big three. Otherwise, just give me the big three, Hardaway and Shaq. Just do that. Even in a world without Putin, would the NHL expanding to Russia be a possibility? No. No. No, I can't see it happening. I could see maybe someday an NHL KHL World Series. I could see that, but no. Roger Maris is not in the Hall of Fame. He's not in the Hall of Fame. He should be, but he's not in the Hall of Fame. You don't realize how selective the Hall of Fame is until you... Like, there are some guys that made like 6-7 All-Star games and they get eliminated on the first ballot with like 2% of the vote. It's crazy how selective it is. And we're at halftime right now, 12-9 game. Again, we got a ton of videos that came out on JG7 this week. We got a ton of videos that came out on JG9 this week. Video every day, plus 1 on JG8, plus 5 on JG7. So we've done 13 videos, plus these streams. Plus we have a stream coming tomorrow. And we have a video coming out tomorrow on JG9. Maybe a JG7 video coming out tomorrow. I want to try and get every day. I really do want to try and get every day, but I do realize I am pushing myself a lot to do this, but got to make it work. Really want to make it work. So we will see. We will see what we're doing. Why they go the inferior Moscow? Exactly. Exactly. All right, some halftime stats. Let's do that since we got a bit of a break in the action. Perez 9 for 14, 87 yards. Running game for the Renegades has been fine. 57 yards on 13 carries. Tyler Vaughn's the main guy. 3 catches, 45 yards. He's been Perez's go-to target on this whole thing. Defensive line has been dominating. 5 tackles for a loss. Some forced fumbles in there. Rushing game, nothing going. 8 carries, 18 yards. Dormandy, 2 for 14. So other than that, 6 carries for 4 yards on plays given to the running backs. Less than 1 yard per carry. That's not going to get it done. Rogers and Latimer seem to be the 2 targets that Dormandy is throwing to. Rogers with 60 yards, Latimer with 25. And the 1 touchdown that Arlington scored came on a fumble return for a touchdown. NHL came in Siberia. All right, California's starting 5, 2 Lakers, 1 of the other 3. Okay. All right, let me think about this. Well, you got to have... You can't do this and not have Steph at point. You can't not have Steph at point. I feel like Clippers, you got to go Blake Griffin at power forward. You got to go Blake at power. So you kind of get it there. All right. So you got to have Steph at point. Wait, are we counting Wilt? Are we counting Wilt in this? I know he was mainly Philly. Are we counting Wilt? Because that changes things. That changes things if you count Wilt. And same thing, are we counting Oscar Robertson? Because he was not Sacramento, but he was that franchise. So who are we counting? If not, that's a pretty good thing of Steph, Kobe, Weber, Griffin, Shaq. It's a pretty good way of doing it. All right, kickoff, third quarter, officially underway. Orlando with the ball to start off. Fielded, returns to the 25, still going after that spin move. 30-yard line and taken out of bounds on the play. It was Dedrick Thomas. You can have Will. All right. Has to be Sacramento, though. Okay. Because if you can have Will, that might change things. You might not have to use Steph at point. Because Steph and Shaq or Wilt and Magic will be a better combo. That's tough. That's tough. Steph and Shaq or Wilt and Magic? Who are you going with? Because Kobe, Weber, Griffin, I think that's how you got to do it. That's how the other 3, you got to do it. It's really the point guard center combo. Play action to the flat. It's caught down at the 38-yard line. Gain of 8 for Logan Carter. Because I'm pretty set with Griffin. I'm pretty set with Weber. I'm pretty set with Kobe. It's really point guard center. Do you go Steph Shaq or do you go... Because if you can't have the big O for point guard, you can't get a king that way. Or a Royal, really. Steph Shaq or Wilt Magic. That's tough. 2nd and 1. They hand off, and once again, nothing doing. They're averaging less than a yard per carry on the ground given to running backs. So 3rd and 1. The handoff to Jermaine Martin, or excuse me, that one to Devin Darrington goes nowhere. CP3, Kobe, Weber, Wilt, Shaq. Can Will play the point? I thought Will was only center. Yeah, Will was only center. You can't have Will and Shaq. Spacing would just be terrible. He's so bad. 3rd and 2. Dormandy. Pump fakes. Fires. Wide open guy. It's caught by Latimer. 45. Breaks a tackle down at the 48-yard line. Okay, don't have to be 2 Lakers. It can be 2 of any. Okay, but there was a flag on the play. Okay, so you can do 2 of any. I'm still probably going 2 Lakers. I'm still probably going 2... Although it... Okay, if you can go 2 of any then, take Kobe out, put Steph at shooting guard, and put Magic at point. Let's do that. All right, after the play, another penalty after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Orlando and on Arlington. Offsetting penalties. Will Hill getting called for it on Arlington. That's the 3rd time today that Arlington has been called for some sort of taunting or unsportsmanlike conduct. But it's offsetting 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 46-yard line, rather. My apologies. And after this, I'm going off to a baseball game, and then I'm going to be working on videos all throughout the night. It's been one of those days. One of those crazy, hectic days. Here we go. Dormandy. 1st down. 3 wide. Drops back, fires. Wide open guy on an out route. It's caught. Fumbles out of bounds. Are they saying he had possession long enough? They're saying yes. And now a late flag. And I think it's going to be on Arlington for something that was said after the play. That was a clean hit, so it's not for the tackle. I'm not too well versed in the NHL. I'm not sure why the North Stars left. LeBron, I don't think he would count. I don't think LeBron would count. He didn't play there long enough. Hasn't played there long enough. Will Hill, one of the great one-play wonders ever. Pretty much. Remember him for that one play with the Ravens-Browns, and that was it. Yeah, I think it's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct. The 4th one today. It came way after the play, and Orlando was clapping about it. This is like an implosion. Almost like Houston, D.C. a few weeks ago. And once again, it's Will Hill. He body slammed to the ground, and then, yeah, he got a ball in his face. That's 2 on Will Hill. I think he's done. I think he's ejected. That's 2. You get 2, you're done. So Will Hill is out for the rest of the game. 2 unsportsmanlikes back to back. And now they have it at the 32-yard line of Arlington. Holy cow. Just imploding. 4 unsportsmanlikes today. Dormandy fires, end zone, taking a deep shot, double coverage, incomplete pass. Coverage on the play that time. Courtesy of Cravon LeBlanc, the former FAU corner, Patriots Bears corner. Double coverage, intended target on the play was Katie Cannon. He's been targeted a lot today. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot going, but he has been targeted a lot. Second down. Dormandy has running back open. Line of scrimmage. It's caught by Darrington. Gain of 8. 8 yards there. Tackle on the play there made by Shakur Brown. 3rd and 2. Sesame Street starting 5. All right, let me think about this. They try QB sneak, and that time he did not get it. He did not get it, so 4th down. Sesame Street starting 5. Let's think. Let's first see what happens on this 4th down play. We'll see if they go for it or if they kick the field goal. About a 42-yard field goal. Jumped over the line. We missed that at the start because of the they were showing the replay, but Joe Powell timed that perfectly. Troy Polamalu-esque. Jumped over the line. Here we go. 4th and 1. They are going for it. They're not going to try and tie it up. They're going out of the shotgun. Keeper. Dormady. That's close. That is close. We'll see. That the far ref is giving him the first down. It looks like a first down. They are giving him the first. That was close. Risky play considering how poor they've been running the ball today. Joe Powell once again coming in on the tackle. We'll see if Arlington wants to challenge that. I think he got it. I think that stretch was enough. But we'll see. Clock is stopped with 10:49 left. Arlington might challenge this. You can get one challenge per game. You can challenge anything you want. Blandino would take you to look upstairs. All right, Sesame Street starting 5. Let's think. Rocco. I mean, you got to put Big Bird. Big Bird is as tall as the hoop. So, you got to do that. Booth review. Booth review. Yeah, it was close. It was close. The far ref gave it right away, but I wasn't so sure. Again, it's a risky play when you could tie it up with a field goal. And on top of that, your running game has been terrible today. I don't know if he got it. I don't know if he got it. They are saying Arlington ball. So turnover on downs. Arlington, after imploding on that drive with 2 unsportsmanlike conducts, they are going to get the ball back when we get back from break. But I don't think it matters the Sesame Street starting 5. I don't think it matters outside of Big Bird. Because everyone else is like 2 feet tall. Florida starting 5, but Shaq, 2 Heat, 2 Magic. Okay. Shaq, 2 Heat, 2 Magic. In that case, we're going to go easy for me. McGrady, Penny, Hardaway, LeBron, Bosch. Easy. Mr. Krabs, Patrick, SpongeBob, Sandy, Squidward, starting 5. Who plays what? I mean, Sandy's got pretty good... Sandy's pretty athletic from all the karate she does. I mean, I did play Nickelodeon basketball a lot growing up on my Super old computer back in the day, like 05, 06. Played that game like crazy. I'd probably say Squidward's the tallest, so he'd probably go center. Patrick is probably your most incompetent. Pretty much small forward. Mr. Krabs, power forward, and then SpongeBob and Sandy would be your guards. Yeah, Squidward has to be the big. Squidward has to be the big. In 10:49 left, Arlington has the ball after a turnover on downs following a booth review. It's a 12-9 ball game. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Must-win game for Orlando. They win this one, their playoff hopes are alive. Lose this one, mathematically eliminated. Arlington, they win this one, they're pretty much in the playoffs. It'd be tough for them to miss at that point. Perez fires, gets hit on the throw, incomplete, intended target Arcanato. 2nd and 10. So once again, it was Joe Powell, who stepped in on third down, jumped the snap for the QB sneak, and then fourth down makes that play. And that was where it was back-to-back stops by Powell to give them the ball back. 2nd and 10. One running back in the backfield, one wide. Perez hands it off. He's got some space. It is Smith. Plows forward. Still going down at the 37-yard line. Gain of 14 on the play. It is Davion Smith. And that's enough for a first down. Just bulldozing over his man. Bulldozing over number 23, Najim Hussein. And Smith had the clear advantage there. 37-yard line, 9:49 left. Let's see what we got. Perez drops back. Pump fake. Now he's going deep. Take a deep shot. He misses his guy, and that is toward no one. Incomplete pass. I guess you can say Shaq Wiggins on coverage. I think Javonte Payton was the intended target there. Had back-to-back catches earlier in the game. Hasn't been targeted since. Just a major misfire there. Flying Dutchman would be a great six-man for the SpongeBob squad. They can fly over everyone, so you could do it that way. Larry's also very, very, very good. Hand it off to Smith. Nothing doing. Third down. Would it be physically and would it be possible for a baseball player to hit a home run in every game? No, it would not be possible. Would not be possible. Unless every pitcher died and there were 10-year-olds pitching to him every game. Other than that, no. It would not be possible. Clock is stopped for the moment. So and Arlington up 12-9, 3rd and 10. And tomorrow's video, JG9, 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Eastern, we're going to have a Larry would just be dominant power forward. He'd be dominant. 9 a.m. we're gonna have a draft video from the 60s out on JG9. We're also gonna have a live stream of the Seattle DC game, most anticipated game of the season maybe. That game taking place at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will be there for that one. 8:15 left in the third quarter of action. Arlington leading 12-9. Perez feels pressure. He's going to try and take off for himself. Now he throws. He's got a man. Oh my goodness, what a throw by Perez. 10. And down at the 8-yard line, it is Lawan Winningham. Call him Santana because he is winning, but it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. That's the 5th one today. Winningham, so back out to the 23-yard line. But that is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. Nice play by Perez to get that off before crossing the line of scrimmage. Throwing on the run like that, not easy. And then Winningham's going to get called for the unsportsmanlike conduct. The 5th one today. Yeah, that's definitely behind the line. It is a first down for the Renegades, obviously. Big play there. And they absolutely needed it. Yeah, bring your lemons, people. Tomorrow's game, it's in Seattle, but tomorrow's game is going to be fun. Hopefully you get a good crowd for that one. Hopefully, Seattle's kind of been screwed over with start times this season. A lot of weeknight games. A lot of games at weird times. Hopefully they get a good one for this one. You think Winningham, he got up in Hosein's face, pushed him at the end. So, yeah, back it up to the 24-yard line. I should know Arlington has 2 timeouts left. And now Orlando has to burn a timeout. So all sorts of confusion going on. 7:45 left. That last play, a 55-yard gain. Watching your Tree's video about the Ricky Williams trade just makes me hate Mike Brown even more. Yeah, the fact that it still baffles me that they didn't take that trade with Achilles Smith. It baffles me. Blue law for Seattle? I don't know. I don't know why the starts have been so weird for Seattle, but hopefully they get a good one. That's one of the problem with the XFL this iteration is that the start times are all weird. They're changed by the day. There's different days of different times and whatnot. And like Seattle, I think all their home games have been at different times. Like there's no consistency. Like you gotta have a set schedule. 1st and 10. Perez. Short pass. Down at the 18-yard line is Vaughn's. But here's another flag. And now this game is moving at a snail's pace. We have reached that point. We'll see what this flag is. Catch made by Tyler Vaughn's if it stands. But it's pass interference against Tyler Vaughn's. So it's not standing. Let's see. Screen pass. Yep, it was a pick play. Absolutely a pick play. That's the right call. That is the right call. That is a pick play. Arconato, they were trying to set up the wheel route with Arconato and couldn't get Vaughn's was the second option and set the pick. So 1st and 20 at the 34-yard line. Again, this was at the 8-yard line before an unsportsmanlike conduct on Winningham, and now this pass interference. They're backing themselves up big time. 1st and 20, they hand it off to Smith. Nothing doing, stopped at the line. Arlington, if they don't get anything here, will be shooting themselves in the foot. Again, this started at the 8-yard line. Shorting the play clock. That's not the problem. Is not the play clock. Play clock's fine. Play clock's already pretty short compared to everything else. It's more of the penalties, and they've been legit penalties. Just very sloppy football right now. Very, very sloppy. 2nd down. Quick pass over the middle. It's caught. 25-20 down at the 18-yard line. Fumble on the play. Nate Becker. Was he down before? As of now, we're talking it over. Ball's at the 18-yard line. Will there be a change of possession? Let's watch the replay. Nate Becker. That ball is coming out. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. Orlando ball. Orlando ball, and from the 8-yard line, they blow that opportunity. Orlando getting the football with 6:40 left. On a bizarre drive, Nate Becker fumbles it. It's recovered by the Guardians. Recovered by Marcus Murphy, it looked like. Will the NFL draft on the way? Are you going to listen to the DJ Porter's remix of the NFL draft from more than 10 years ago? I haven't listened to a draft remix in a while. But I do remember his stuff on Sports Nation and ESPN all the time. I haven't listened to the draft one in a while. The Tebow remix was great. The Tebow remix with Skip Bayless was phenomenal. It's a crazy, crazy quarter to start off. When the Cardinals play the D-backs, who you root for? That's a good question. That's a good question. Last year, I root for the Cardinals. I think I root for whatever team needs it more. Whatever team needs it more. So, I don't know. I don't know. I guess whatever my heart's feeling. Whatever my heart's feeling. I don't know. It'd be tough for me not to root for the Cardinals, but I don't know. Like, I'm not sure I'll watch those games, when they're in St. Louis and Arizona. Depending on who needs it more. Any quarterback the Browns have drafted since coming back in '99, pretty much. Pretty much. Is Sam Bradford the best QB that was a draft bust? Yeah, I would say so. Look, he won Rookie of the Year, has moments, just got hurt, but definitely a bust. Definitely didn't live up to the number 1 pick. I would say so. Oh, Baker would absolutely be considered a bust, but I don't know, Bradford, I feel like Mayfield, this was as good as he ever was going to get. Bradford, I feel like if he didn't get hurt, didn't have the injury issues, he would have had more potential. But Mayfield flaming out the way that he did was kind of shocking. His lack of preparation, lack of maturity, that kind of shocked me. Especially after how great he was in 2018. Against Orlando ball, 6:40 left after the fumble by Becker. It's been a bizarre, bizarre game so far. Baker is still the best quarterback in the history of the revived Browns. Yeah, that's the sad part. Vince Young is a successful bust. Look, if he doesn't win Rookie of the Year in 06, he's not even in the conversation. And he should not have won Rookie of the Year in 06. That should have been Maurice Jones-Drew, all the way. Jones-Drew absolutely deserved Rookie of the Year that year. If Young doesn't have that, we're not even talking about him as that. All right, 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. 6:40 left. Dormandy. Pressure. Going to try and step up and doesn't get anything really. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Is that the cover of Madden, so I won't call him a bust? I mean, Peyton Hillis was on the cover of Madden, but he had 1 year. Like, if Peyton Hillis was a top 5 pick, and you use that logic, you can't say that. You can't say that. Reverse. Oh, they blew that up. They blew that up. Oh, man, that was going nowhere fast. Ryan Muller. We got to mull that one over. Dedrick Thomas going absolutely nowhere. 3rd and a mile after that one. 3rd and 18 at the 9-yard line. I mean, Young had his moments in 06, especially. I mean, you got the Cardinals walk-off, but that wasn't 06. But yeah, that Dormandy has to get rid of it. Throws it. It's caught. There was a flag on the play, though. There's a flag on the play. I think they're going to call holding. I think this one is going against Orlando. Obviously, the walk-off against the Cardinals, the Giants game, the Texans overtime winner. Do you remember NFL Street? Oh, I love NFL Street. I played that all the time growing up. If I played before, will you see it coming back soon? I want Street to come back so badly. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but I love Street. They added like a Street-esque mode in Madden. It's not as good, but I think that's the closest thing we're going to get. But I love Street. They had a FIFA Street too that was pretty good. All right, are they going to call helmet to helmet? Actually, I think that's what they're looking at. Ryan Muller might get called for helmet to helmet, horse collar. We're going to see. Is Max Duggan the next Tebow with how his draft stock is so disproportionate to his college success? I mean, Duggan's not going to make it in the NFL. Tebow was a first-round pick. Duggan's not going first round. Sam Bradford made over $138 million during his career. Living the life. Living the life. So we'll see. Is this going to be a call against Muller? Will Orlando keep possession after 3rd and 18? It is a face mask. They did review it. It is a face mask. So bailed out there. It was 3rd and 18. Didn't need to do it. And just like that, First down for the Guardians. Just an undisciplined day for Arlington. 5 unsportsmanlike conducts. A face mask on 3rd and 18 when you had him in the backfield. Has his guy in the flat. Latner. Down 35-yard line. Grew up on NFL Street. If it came back, I think it would be really good with all the talent around a lot of mobile QBs. Oh, it would be so much fun. It would be so much fun. Lamar in NFL Street would be a cheat code. You could do so much with him in Street. It'd be insane. And Tyreek Hill in Street, oh, forget about it. 1st and 10. Taking a deep shot. He's going for it. Coverage there. Coverage there on the play by number 41, Devontae Bosby, who's been all over things today. Katie Cannon, they try and target him again. Had a step, but nice recovery there. It's a forced incomplete pass. Why the Broncos get rid of Tebow after 2011? Because they got Peyton Manning. That's why. It was called, they had a chance to get Peyton Manning, and they went for it. 2nd down. Fires wide open. Floated that one. Took a while to get there, but it does get there eventually. Catch on the play made by number 14, Charleston Rambo. Doing the Charleston after that one for a 1st down. Yeah, EA might do it as like an add-on for Madden they have to pay for. They might do it like that. And they won't do a game that competes against Madden. That's the problem. I wish they did, but they won't. So 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 3:30 left in this do-or-die game for the Guardians, who've been playing a lot better lately. Play action. Fires. And just as I say that, intercepted. It's intercepted by Joe Powell. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30. Out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Joe Powell. Oh, my goodness. My voice just went out. Joe Powell. 3:23 left. He has been all over the place today. Got the turnover on downs. Got the stop on the QB sneak. And just did that. What on earth was Dormandy doing? No clue. Beats me. 2 fumbles, that pick. Joe Powell, the best defensive player in the XFL this week so far. And just like that, Arlington has the ball in the red zone. Just outside the red zone, rather. 22-yard line. So handoff goes to Smith. Smith balled up at the line. Nice stop on the play. Yeah, Tebow also could not throw. That also plays a part in it. I mean, they were winning games in spite of him, not because of him. You can't really... They knew. Look, you have a shot at Peyton Manning, you have a shot at the best free agent quarterback of all time, you do it. You absolutely do it. As soon as the doctors cleared him, every team wanted him. 2nd and 11. Ball to 23. Perez. Corner blitz. Sees it. Gets rid of it in time. Curl route. It's caught. 1st down and more down at the 8-yard line. Rennell Hall. Gain of 15 on the play. Good for a Renegades 1st down. First and goal, ball at the 7-yard line. One wide. They motion Hall. Handoff goes to Smith up the middle to the 5-yard line. Still pushing the pile forward. To the 4, the 3, the 2. Did they blow it dead before? They blew it dead before. Gain of 4. They blew it dead before the 3rd, 4th effort on the push. So 2nd and goal. Renegades have not scored in the red zone a touchdown yet. Got to take advantage of this. Would Tebow be considered a bust if it wasn't for 2011? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. How could he not be? If it wasn't for the only time he actually did something. Yeah. Handoff goes to Smith once again. Trying to plow forward. Spins. Pushes the pile forward. He is short. Down at around the 1 yard line. You figure 4 down territory here. 3rd and goal. And if Arlington does score here, make it 18-9, you figure you go for 1, make it a 2-possession game. 3rd and goal. Ball at the 1. See how Stoops and company play this. Perez under center. They're all bunched up. Goal line set. Nate Becker lined up at fullback. Bringing in Sean Byer for some extra blocking. Handoff. Smith up the middle. He's got it. He's got it. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. 18-9. They give it to Smith, and the 3rd time is the charm. Davion Smith. And now you figure go for 1, make it a 2-possession game. They brought in Becker as the fullback spot. He gets that extra block, and that's all she wrote. Let's see. You figure, again, go for 1 from the 2 yard line, make it a 2-possession game, and that's exactly what they're going to do. With 19 seconds left in the quarter. Late substitution getting on. All out of sorts. They get Dalen Wade-Perry on at the last minute. Once again, Becker lined up at fullback. Give us to Smith. And that doesn't work. It was the same exact formation, the same exact set as last time. I don't know why they called that. Might as well do something creative out of that set. But it is a 1-possession game, 9-point game still. Again, St. Louis was down by 9 earlier today going into the 4th quarter. We saw what happened there. This one is far from over. Still got a whole quarter left. Still only a 1-possession game. But Dormandy has to play better than what he's playing right now. They're averaging less than 1 yard per carry. Dormandy with a pick. 2 fumbles. It's been rough. It's been a rough one for Orlando so far. They need this win to keep their season alive. 18-9 game, 19 seconds left. Both teams have 2 timeouts. They both have their challenge left still. Probably get an attendance number in a few moments. I guess around 6,000, 7,000. Kickoff. Fielded at the 2. By Dedrick Thomas, who slips and falls at the 23-yard line. That's where Orlando is going to take over. Still time left, but there was a flag on the play. Probably move it half the distance to the goal. They call holding on the tight end Ryan Becker. Number 80. So move him back to around the 11-yard line. Now they start at the 13. 1st and 10. Dormandy in the shotgun. It's looking over the middle. It is caught. Threw it into traffic. Didn't matter. It was caught anyways. Catch on the play there made by Cody Latimer. And that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes left in this one. 15 minutes left for Orlando to salvage their season. Took a long nap since I was ill with food poisoning. Hopefully you feel better after that nap. Naps help. Did I miss anything in this game? Not really. Dormandy has not been playing well. The run game is nothing's really going there. Joe Powell's been an absolute unit on defense for the Renegades. Big 4th down stop by him. A pick by him. Yeah, it's been one of those days. Nothing's going right for Orlando offensively. feel like a long nap. Like an hour nap, that's not really a long nap for me. Long naps for me are like 3 hours. They're bad. I've had so many naps where I fell asleep at like 11:30 p.m. and woke up at 2:30 with my laptop like in my lap. I'm like, what the heck? I was literally just typing a sentence. I closed my eyes, and now it's 3 hours later. How the heck did that happen? I've had that happen to me many times before. Also, the one bright spot for the Guardians, Cody Latimer has been phenomenal today. 5 catches, 58 yards. He's been a menace over the middle, and 6 targets too. Nice, easy completions going his way. We'll say, despite the penalty fest, despite 5 unsportsmanlike conducts, despite all that, this game is still under 2 hours in length so far. Somehow. Don't know how. Honestly, I have no clue how. Doesn't feel like it, but this game is under 2 hours in length. Again, we got 1 quarter left of action. Arlington against Orlando. Again, tomorrow, there's 2 XFL games. There's a game on Saturday. There's a game on Sunday. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. There are 2 games tomorrow. There's one early, there's one late. Houston, San Antonio, we're not live streaming. But we are live streaming Seattle, DC. Now, the thing with that game is that game starts at 8 o'clock Eastern. The D-backs-Dodgers game is at... that game's at 7 o'clock Eastern. D-backs-Dodgers game is at 4 o'clock Eastern. I'll be at that game. With the average length of a baseball game now, about 2 hours, 30 minutes, I might be able to make it back in time for the start of that game. If the game is a blowout, I'll leave earlier. But with that being said, we will be streaming Seattle, DC. Just keep that in mind. When we start streaming, I don't know. Watch an interesting video on this topic. Can you name the 3 teams who have never had the number 1 pick? All right. Ravens have never had the 1. Broncos have never had the 1. And... let me think. Ravens have never had the 1. Broncos have never had it. Used to be the Jaguars, but obviously that's not the case. And Seattle never had it. The Seahawks never had it. Because the Bucs had it in 76. So yeah, that's my answer. Seahawks, Broncos, Ravens. Final answer. All right, 4th quarter about to start. 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Darrington. Gain of 3. Yeah, Bears have had it. Bears have absolutely had it. Back in the 40s, they had it. I think they won the championship, and then they had it like 48 hours later. Second down. Dormady going to run it himself. Gain of about 4 on the play, down to the 34-yard line. So you have to remember, they had draft picks in the pre-merger era. Giants had it in 1951. Bears had it 41, 47. Yeah, pre-merger era. 3rd and 4. Over the middle, it's caught. Once again, Cody Latimer all over the place today. 1st down. Gain of 7. We are officially 1 year away until the total solar eclipse passes over the heart of Mexico, the U.S., and southeastern Canada, and northeast past trajectory. There it is. That'll be fun to witness. 1st and 10 at 42. Play action. Dormady firing deep. No one there. Will that be grounding? There was no one in the area. He was in the pocket. Second and 10. Going to Little Rock for the max time for the total solar eclipse. There was a penalty on the play. Did they have too many men in the huddle? It's on Orlando. They might have had too many men in the huddle when they broke. I was at college when that happened. When the last one happened. I'm just worried about. Yeah, they are calling grounding. I was gonna say that did look like grounding. Lost it down. Second down. I was gonna say I thought that was grounding. There was no one in the area. They threw that flag awfully late. I don't know what took them so long, but yeah, that definitely was grounding. I just get worried about traveling for something like that. I'd rather just do it here, just because if the weather's not good, then there's no point in being there. 2nd and 20. Ball at the 32-yard line. Dormandy. This guy got rid of it. He got mauled, intercepted. 30, 25, 20. Had no awareness there whatsoever. And hang on a second. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Orlando's going to get the ball back. Dedrick Thomas. What on earth just happened? What on earth just happened? Orlando retains possession. 2 turnovers on the same play. How many times do you see that? So Dormandy got leveled on the play. Got absolutely destroyed. No sense of awareness whatsoever in terms of his pocket awareness. Had to get rid of that quickly. He didn't. Bruce Hector with the hit. It gets picked off. Intercepted on the play by Willie Taylor. And then almost in a Miles Jack kind of play. Almost Miles Jack AFC Championship-esque play. Recovered by Dedrick Thomas. Although here's the thing. When Thomas recovered that, his knee never hit in bounds. It rolled over Taylor. He never actually landed in bounds. So I think we're going to take a look at it. I think the review might be done. Oh my goodness. That was shades of Jets-Dolphins 2000. First and 10 at the 15-yard line. What a bizarre sequence. Curl route. Caught. Eli Rogers. No harm done. Yeah, Falcons-Chargers, very similar thing. Very similar thing last year. Very similar thing. But again, I'm kind of shocked that was that quick of a look as Darrington stumbles. So 3rd and 3. Because when Dedrick Thomas, first off, great hustle play. When he recovered that fumble, he didn't land in bounds. He rolled over Taylor. He rolled over him. I didn't know Paxton Lynch was playing that. Yeah, Dormandy's been terrible. Which is weird because he was very, very good last few weeks. But it's just not been clicking today. A bizarre sequence of events, and that brings up 3rd and 4, ball at around the 21-yard line. Dust off my grandpa's old telescope and get a proper filter for this eclipse, yeah? Slant route, it's caught. Down the 28-yard line. Keeping it simple, Charleston Rambo. First down. Empty backfield. Dormandy firing. Deep. Almost intercepted, but there is pass interference. There is pass interference. And indications look like it is going to be on the Renegades. Javaris Davis. Going to get called for the PI. And Orlando, just like that, is into Arlington territory at the 44-yard line. There wasn't even a need to do that. That throw was way long. I don't know why he did it. Javaris Davis was just pushing him in the face. I don't know why. Again, a sloppy game for the Renegades. They're up by 9, but 9 penalties, 117 yards. If it wasn't for that, they'd be blowing them out. Instead, it's just a one-possession game. Dormandy, looking deep. Fires sideline. That is incomplete. Intended target on the play was Latmer, but nothing. NBA investigating Mavs for saying players in the playoff hunt. Are they actually investigating them? They should. I mean, it's clear tanking. Are they actually investigating them? Oh, they are. They are. Good. They should. They're playing for a playoff spot. It's embarrassing for the league. That'd be a great irony in all this. Incomplete pass. Tried to keep the feet in, but could not do it. Charleston Rambo, unable to. I'm very disappointed with the Renegades, and they're disappointed they should be winning by more, but their egos are going in the way. Exactly. I'm not crazy about Stoops as a head coach. Stoops is an XFL head coach, just based on some of the decisions he's made, especially a few weeks ago in San Antonio. I think he's phoning it in. I think he's just in for the paycheck, just as a hobby, just something to do. I think Stoops is phoning it in. Because his teams at Oklahoma never look like this. Dormandy just has to throw this one away. Incomplete. 4th and 10. Kick him off the torch. Now, do you go for it here? It's 4th and 10. You're down by 1, maybe 2 possessions because it's tough to get a conversion. A punt here, if it goes into the end zone for a touchback, it's a net of 6. But it looks like they are going to send out the punter, Mac Brown. I'm not crazy about this decision here. I would go for it here. I would absolutely go for it here. Because touchbacks get to the 35. This cannot go in the end zone. And, okay, that's a good punt. Fielded at the 10. Fair caught. 31-yard punt, but no return. The important part, they start at the 10-yard line, Rennell Hall. So Brown did his job there. Bob Stoops phoning it in on the sideline like Al Michaels phoning it in the booth. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Should the NFL have a draft lottery? No, absolutely not. I would hate a lottery in the NFL. I would hate a draft lottery in the NFL. Because also, you have to remember with the NFL, you can't really tank in the NFL. You can tank in basketball with your rotations. NFL, you can't really tank. Because there's so many, there's injuries, and you rotate guys in and out. Everyone's playing. NBA, you can get through a game with a 9-man rotation. Would I say any team's had a bad offseason so far, or is it pretty par for the course in the NFL? I would say the Cardinals somehow got worse. I didn't think that was possible. The Cardinals got worse. I would say the Titans, I don't know what they're doing. Granted, they re-signing Simmons was a great move for them. I hate it. But re-signing Simmons was a great move. But the Titans, I don't know. They're trading away pieces, and they're letting go of guys that they don't need to let go of. They're trying to rebuild when they didn't need to rebuild. It's bizarre. But for the most part, it's pretty par for the course. I'd say the Cardinals, though, they look completely inept. And the Buccaneers have not improved in the slightest bit. All right, we are almost at the finish line, folks, from this 6-hour marathon of streaming. 9:28 left in the ball game. Got on at 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll be off at around 7. 6 straight hours of XFL football. Doesn't get better than this. And then tomorrow we are live streaming the Seattle DC game at night. Hopefully at 7 o'clock. I'll be on. Not sure when I'll be on for that. Hopefully 7. Hopefully 7. As the Marlins just popped up in a bases loaded situation. Yeah, Bears were just bad. Yeah, they improved though in the offseason at least. They improved. I like some of the moves they made. It's been a rough game for Dormandy under center. 20 for 34, 2 picks. Offense, 15 rushing yards, 15 carries, 1 yard a carry. I mean, Nathan Peterman. Yeah, no, Masters is in a rain delay. It's suspended for the day. I don't know if they're going to finish on Sunday. I really don't know if they finish. I don't know how they do. They got to play the third round. Everyone's in the third round. You got guys still in hole 6, and then you got to play 18. You got to play 18 holes for round 4. I don't know how you do it. They might have to play Monday. They might have to play Monday. 1st and 10. Play action. Screen pass to Winningham. It's caught. 15. Fumbles out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Forced fumble by Ty Smith. Not that it matters because it goes out of bounds. Which NFL team will go from worst to first? Considering how I don't believe in the Packers or the Vikings, and look, I like the Lions, but the Bears with the weapons they've added, if Fields takes the jump like I think he can, Bears are probably the best bet. Not counting the NFC South, because the NFC South, everyone was separated by about a game, and that was just a joke of a division. 2nd and 3. Handoff. Letty Brown. Brown to 25. Brown to 30. Brown down to the 32-yard line. Tackle there by Ty Smith. Gain a 16 on the play. Good for a Renegades first down. No more pine trees fell from what I could tell. Scary scene, though. How no one died or got hurt, I have no clue. I have no clue whatsoever how that happened. Clock is stopped for the moment. We have a brief stoppage as there is an injured Guardian. Injured Guardian, it looked like it's Marcus Murphy, number 38. Yeah, Falcons had the best shot, but I don't count the NFC South. I don't count that because every team was pretty much at the same record. I don't count the South. 8:24 left. Renegades started to serve their own 10-yard line. They moved it up to the 32 after some nice running by Letty Brown. Urban Meyer kicks over the pine trees. Wouldn't shock me. NFC and AFC South always seem to be dumpster fires. Wasn't always like that. Wasn't always like that. Who would win, the Guardians or Georgia? I would look. The Guardians have some NFL players on their team. I'd probably say Georgia, just because that defense is stacked. And look, at Dormandy has not been playing well under pressure. Georgia's defensive line would demolish Orlando's offensive line. You got a bunch of first-round picks on that line, so I think Georgia would win that one. 2nd and 10. No, it's second and 9. Graphic error there by ESPN. It's very clearly 9 yards. Perez, slant route over the middle, dropped. Nice coverage on the play. So it's C.J. Holmes? Looked like it was C.J. Holmes on the coverage. Playing inside. It was C.J. Holmes. 3rd and 9. Yeah, Georgia's better, more organized. The thing that makes this tough is that, look, Georgia against an NFL team, Georgia, there's going to be some guys that go in the NFL, and there's some that won't. NFL, all the guys are in the NFL. With XFL, USFL, you've got guys that will never make it in the NFL. You've guys that did make it but flamed out. But with Georgia, you got guys that made it in the NFL as that is just overthrown. Would have been a touchdown for Arconato. Missed them. 4th and 9. The tough part is that you've got guys on Georgia that will not make it in the NFL. Depth-wise, it's going to be bad. But at the same time, you've got guys that are going to be first-round picks, second-round picks, will have lengthy careers, will make Pro Bowls, can take over games by themselves. You'll have those situations. I'm just checking the bottom line from ESPN. What on earth happened in Austin today that Timberwolves beat the Spurs 151 to 131? What the heck happened there? Down at the 23-yard line, return on the play. Coming from Justin Rogers. 6:06 left. Flag on the play. Could the best CFL team beat the worst NFL team if they play with Canadian rules? No, not a chance. Not a chance in the world. No way. It's 53 guys that are in the NFL, and maybe one guy from the CFL who will make it in the NFL, and that guy would be a backup. It would be a bloodbath, even if it was CFL rules. It'd take 2 minutes of getting used to, and then you'd be good to go. All right, so when we get back, Orlando's got the ball at their own 22-yard line. with 6:06 left. Down by 1 possession, but they need a lot. They need to drive 78 yards down the field and get the 3-point conversion. We had one overtime game already. Will we see a second? Orlando needs to win this one, otherwise they are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Arlington would improve to 4-4. Maybe 1.5 games up on San Antonio with 2 to play. Worst MLB team played the best AAA team. Baseball's different because you can have series. Like, college teams have beaten MLB teams before. They've beaten MLB teams before in spring training and whatnot. Over the course of a 7-game series, the MLB team wins. But I could see the AAA team taking a game. I could absolutely see it. Especially if that AAA team is a bunch of youngsters who are going to make it in MLB. It depends. So baseball's a weird sport like that. Baseball's a weird sport. Look, Bryce Harper only hit .625 when he did his rehab stint in the minors. I say only, I mean that's phenomenal, but just shows you how weird baseball is. If, let's say, you had a quarterback doing a stint in the XFL, like Patrick Mahomes doing a rehab stint in the XFL, and he completed 62% of his passes, you'd be like, what's wrong with him? Bryce Harper, 62% batting average. Tearing it up. So baseball's a weird sport like that. Or you could do it. You could absolutely do it. Worst MLB versus best NPB team. That would be pretty close. My guess is MLB wins in 6. MLB wins in 6. You could have an all-Madden team with Urban Meyer as the coach, and they would still lose to a college team. I mean, Meyer was good at winning in college. He was good at winning in college, so I think that part wouldn't be a problem. That was never the issue. That's how we got hired in the first place. All right, 6:06 left. Chance for Orlando to save their season. They need to do it in these next 6 minutes. Here we go. Ball at the 22-yard line. Terrell Buckley, you have to think fighting for his job too. Here we go. 22-yard line. 1st and 10. Dormady. 2 fumbles, 2 picks today. He's had a rough one. Needs to bounce back here. Dormady, out route. Caught. Down to 31-yard line. Nice, easy completion. Gain of 9. Good for just close to a first down. Eli Rogers on the grab. 2nd and 1. The former Steeler. Yeah, the Guardians can still make the playoffs. Look, Guardians win this game. They're 2-6. Arlington would be 3-5. San Antonio is 2 wins. They'd be 1 back with 2 to play. Handoff. Martin. Jermaine Martin. Finally, a big run. Biggest run of the day for the Guardians. Gain of 10. Good for a first down. Because how it works in the XFL, and I don't like it like this, but it's 2 teams in each division make it. So St. Louis, Seattle, DC, one of them will not make it. Orlando, if they win this game, they're only 1 game back with 2 to play. 1st and 10. Dormady fires. First down. And then some spin move down at the 40-yard line. Catch there made by Dan Williams III. What was worse, LaRussa's second stint with the White Sox or Urban Meyer for the Jags? At least the White Sox made the playoffs with him. He wasn't good, don't get me wrong. He was terrible. Anyone could have led them to the playoffs, but at least he made the playoffs. Dormady going to get sacked on the play, loss of 1. Will Clark coming in, applying the pressure. It's got to be Meyer. Meyer was doing... LaRussa was bad, don't get me wrong. He was terrible. Meyer was doing things we had never seen a coach do before. LaRussa was just your run-of-the-mill bad. Now, he made some... I mean, the intentional walk with 2 strikes was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. But Dormady going to throw across his body. He's got a man! He's got a man! It's Eli Rogers! Eli Rogers in the red zone. Gain of 22. He might have thrown 2 picks today. He might have 2 fumbles, but he has not lost his confidence whatsoever. Throwing across his body over the middle of the field. No problem. Down to the 19-yard line. Clock is stopped for the moment. 3:55. Timeout by... Is Arlington challenging this? I think Stoops is going to challenge this. Not sure what exactly he's challenging, but he was talking with the ref for a long time. Did call a timeout here. Maybe it's just a timeout to get the guy set. But he was talking with the ref for a long time before calling the timeout. Discussing things over. You normally don't see that with the timeout. But 3:58 left. Down by 9, so 1 possession game. But 9 points. You get this touchdown, you get a 3-point conversion. All of a sudden, we had overtime in the last game. We had overtime between St. Louis and Vegas earlier today. How close do I live to Chase Field? Walking distance. I'll put it that way. I'm within walking distance. I can leave here and be there in 30 minutes. It's not a problem. That's why I think I'll be able to get the stream starting in time tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully I can. If the game's a blowout, it won't be a problem. If the D-backs win in 9, and they don't have to play bottom of the 9th, probably won't be a problem. We'll see. No parking fees. No parking fees. Yeah, Arlington is challenging the play. I'm not quite sure. Again, I'm not listening with audio. I didn't see anything there that would indicate a challengeable thing. Unless he dropped it. Unless Rogers dropped it? Okay, so no. So the challenge was unsuccessful. What was the challenge? Is anyone listening with audio? Can anyone, because they didn't show any replays. It was a bad job at ESPN, but again, I don't think there was anything to challenge. Dormandy fires, wide open guy. 10, 5, he's in! He's in! Eli Rogers, once again! Touchdown! And now you go for 3 to try and tie this one up. Did Steelick have a favorite ballpark? He said there are 28 good ballparks in baseball. Trop and Oak are the 2 worst. He loves Camden. He loves PNC. It's the usuals. The usuals. I mean, he raves about Camden. I think Camden is his favorite. What? They're going for 1? Wait, what are they doing? Wait, why are you going for 1? Wait, Terrell Buckley, what are you doing? Why are you going for 1? Okay, Jermaine Martin gets it. What was the point of that? They go for 1. They could have tied it up. I feel like in that situation, you got to go for 3. You got to go for 3. Because I'm not sure you touched the ball back. That would be your last chance to have the ball. You only have 2 timeouts. Arlington's been moving pretty well. Perot's been playing pretty well. Yeah, St. Louis, he loves St. Louis. You're down by 3 with 4 minutes left. You might not touch the ball again. Why are you going for 1? I don't even know what to say. I'm going to lose my voice. I'm seriously going to lose my voice. Terrell Buckley, you've broken me. You have broken me. You seriously just went for 1 in a 3-point game. I'm baffled. I'm shocked that he fielded at the 1-yard line. I'm shocked that he fielded at the 1-yard line. Instead of letting that go into the end zone, get at the 35. But that return gets down to the 31-yard line. Brunell Hall. Is this the worst XFL decision I've seen this season? No. Amazingly enough, no. Oh, it's a bad call. It's a bad call. The worst I've seen was DC Seattle when Reggie Barlow called timeout on 3rd down and then punted it away. Seattle was totally fine going into the half, and Barlow just called timeout to then punt it right back to them. This is what happens when you leave for 1 minute. Yep, this is why you can't leave. This is the XFL. Even Jeff Saturday would have gone for 3. Yeah, I don't know if they touched the ball again. Flat route, caught by Smith. Gain of 1. I mean, to some extent, the logic here is that if you go for 1, you get it by just handing it off to Martin. Now a field goal wins it instead of ties it. Illegal use of hands to face on the defense. But in that situation, I don't know if you touch the ball again. I don't know if you get the ball back. Jacoby Jones getting called for illegal use of hands. We've seen this before. Where teams don't go for the 4th and 15. They don't go for the conversion and whatnot. And they think they can get the ball back. And they don't. Perez and company, they've been moving the ball well today. Tennessee Mount Rushmore, they go Saul Brothers, Steve McNair, and Pekka Rinne. Definitely Pekka. Definitely McNair. I might throw Eddie George on there. No, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry will be on the Mount Rushmore. And then I would say Marcus Saul. 328. Well, 36-yard line. Out route. Caught. Vaughns. Pushed out at the 43-yard line. I'm still in awe. They had a chance to tie the game. Yeah, Luis Perez is on Arlington. He got traded from Vegas. Because Vegas is going with McClendon going forward. So they like his ability to use his legs. Perez looks way more comfortable in Arlington than I ever did in Vegas. He looks like his USFL self right now. 2nd and 3. Handoff. Smith. 1 yard short of the first down. Now things get interesting. But again, you might not get the ball back. And now if you're Orlando, I would assume you got to call timeout. So you can use the 2-minute warning to your advantage. Yeah, if they get a first down, I'm not sure they get this ball back. Or they have no time to work with. Is Pekka Rinne still too good right now? Your name tree is asking. The greatest tree meme. The greatest meme. 45-yard line. They got to get a playoff. They can't let it go down to the 2-minute warning. They do hand it off. Smith. That's close. That is close. I think he's short. Well, the defense is making Coach look good. 1 play. He's not making Coach look good. If they get the first down, the game's over. It's not making him look good. If they get a first down here, call timeout, you have one timeout with 1:52 left, it's pretty much over. This is why you go for 3 when you're down by 3. And there's under 4 minutes left. This is exactly why you do that. You miss a dumb decision, what happened? All right, I'll give you this hypothetical. Leg. Let's say you're down by 3 points, and there's 4 minutes left in the game, and you can go for a 3-point conversion. Do you go for it, or do you go for 1? Because that's kind of what happened. Because Terrell Buckley is just a genius. Arlington did not get the first down, but they're probably going to go for it. I would go for it. I would absolutely go for it on 4th down if I'm Arlington. Win the game right here. See if Twitter's blowing up about this. Because I'm not even sure. I type in Guardians 3, but as you can imagine, Cleveland Guardians are coming up and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I'm not sure how many people are actually watching this game, but holy cow. If Orlando is hiring next season, I'll be available. Yeah, can't be worse. Cannot be worse. Terrell Buckley has no business coaching. He has no business coaching in this league. You know, the D has held so far. The D has played well. The D has absolutely held. They've done their job. Look, Orlando's defense is 18-16. Remember, the Renegades scored on a fumble for a touchdown. The Guardians scored on a scoop and score. Not the Guardians. The Renegades scored on a scoop and score because Dormady fumbled the ball. This is not on the defense. The defense has played its tail off today. Jaguar Gare for Orlando Guardians coach 2024. Honestly, I'll take it. Can't be worse. Found out Jeff was a projected third rounder on Notre Dame. How do you think his career would have gone if he chose NFL over MLB? I think it would have gone all right. Not as great as it was in MLB, but I think it would have gone all right. Could a Pee Wee football coach do better? Probably. Honestly. Just give me the orange slices. Give me the orange slices. Let's get to work. 4th and 1. If you hold them here, you look like a genius. If I'm Arlington, I'm going for this. You end the game right here. I am absolutely going for this if I'm Arlington. You need a foot. You need 1 foot. I'm not giving this ball back to Orlando. And they are keeping the offense out there. They are going for it. 4th and 1. Orlando with 2 timeouts left. You have to figure if they don't get it and it's close, Orlando will use that challenge. Because you're going to burn the timeout anyway. You might as well use a challenge with it. 4th and 1. Are they trying to draw them offside? Are they going to try? They might try and draw them offside and then call a play next. 4th and 1. 7, 6, 5. They're not calling a play yet. They're not calling a play. Did the Renegades call timeout or did they let delay of game? Oh my goodness. They let it be a delay of game. How do you not go for it there? You can win the game. You can win the game there. You just have to fall forward and you win the game. Or at the very least, call timeout and then go for it. What on earth is Bob Stoops doing? How do you not go for it there? You can win the game. You need a foot. I'm telling you, Bob Stoops is phoning it in. He's phoning it in. You could win the game. You don't put the ball back in Orlando's hands. No one touch it. It's down at the 22-yard line. All right, so Buckley's decision, as stupid as it was, because Bob Stoops is somehow even stupider, this might actually work. If you don't make it, give them the ball with a couple of plays against field goal range. Yeah, but look, you need a foot. It was 4th and a foot. If you don't get it, you don't deserve to win. Why are you giving the ball back to Orlando's offense? The risk reward. Let's see. The risk, if you don't get it, okay, your defense needs to make a stop. The reward, if you get it, you win the game. If the reward is that you win the game, you take it. You take it. Versus this, the risk is you're still trailing by, you're still only up by 2. You only need 40 yards against field goal range. Dormady, shotgun. Fires, curl route. It's caught. Was he touchdown? He was. He was touchdown. Another fantastic finish. Charleston Rambo getting a 9 on the play. I don't get this whatsoever. Bob Stoops might have just cost Arlington their season by giving Orlando a second life. 2nd and 2. You got the swing route. You got the swing route. Dormady missed it, and it's a holding penalty. Oh my goodness, he had the swing route. Oh, he had Darrington wide open on the swing route. How did he not see it? It would have been an easy first down. There was a flag on the play. So it might be hands to the face on Arlington because a flag came out and there was a, the helmet is off. Look, the swing route was wide open for Darrington. Yeah, but there's the hands to the face. I mean, that's blatantly obvious. Ryan Mueller getting called for that. Second time he got called for face mask earlier, got called for that. Hands to the face, Mueller, I mean, it's when the offensive tackle loses his helmet like that. Guy who lost his helmet on the play, number 78, TJ Bradley. So first down for the Guardians. Yeah, they have 2 timeouts. Yeah, time's not an issue. Time is not an issue. You don't give the ball back to the offense in that situation. You absolutely do not do that. I hate that call. You go for it on 4th and a foot. Bradley's got to be careful. He is fired up. He's got to be careful. I don't know what Bob Stoops is doing. That's 127 yards and penalties for the Renegades. An undisciplined performance, to say the least. But of all the things that cost them today, if they lose this game, it will absolutely be that decision by Stoops to not go for it on 4th and a foot. First down at the 34-yard line. Dormandy. They rush 5. Fires over the middle. Miscommunication. Incomplete. Batted down by Bosby, who's been all over the place. I made a 2017 or 2018 videos. I did an in defense of Doug Marrone and his play calling at the AFC Championship, letting it go into the half. I made it in defense of. Otherwise, I don't think I have. I don't think I've done 2017 or 2018. It's tougher footage for that because that's really around the time that the NFL started posting everything and stuff gets copyrighted. That time he goes short, not a whole lot doing. Gain of maybe 3 on the play, going for Latmer. How many catches is that for Latmer now? Latmer's got 7 for 70. Eli Rogers, 10 for 135. They've been the go-to guys. Third down at the 37-yard line. 3rd and 7. Dormandy fires, sticks, caught, down at the 46-yard line. Catch on the play there made by Eli Rogers. Who else? Yeah, Wisdom's been a pleasant surprise. All right, Orlando's not burning any timeouts. 50 seconds left. Crazy finish. 45-yard line. Dormandy fires at the sticks. It's caught. It is caught. First down. Eli Rogers once again. Catch number 11. 41 seconds left. Orlando is still not burning a timeout, but they are in Arlington territory, and now they burn the second of their 3 timeouts. And this, folks, is why Bob Stoops is an idiot. This is why on 4th and a foot, you go for it and you try to win the game. Because you knew this was going to happen. You don't give Orlando a shot to get the ball back. You just don't. Because this is what happens. Why am I not doing play-by-play at some level? Good question. I mean, I did announcing for a long time in college. I love doing this. Did announcing for a long, long time in college. But I don't know. I didn't like the way announcing was going. I didn't like the way it was going with remote broadcasts. I don't like this. I like being in person in the studio. Yeah, I did play-by-play in college. I did play-by-play for 200 different events in college. Did it for that. Did color commentary. Basically ran the whole broadcast ran just about every aspect of the broadcast for 4 years in college on ESPN Plus. First attempt at the 44-yard line. Here we go. Dormandy, empty backfield. Gotta get rid of it quickly. He's got pressure. Loses the ball for the 3rd time today. And that is the ball game. Oh my goodness. Will Clark recovers. Dormandy, for the 3rd time today, fumbles the ball. And Orlando's season ends on that. Orlando's season, just like that. How the heck did that work? Willie Taylor with the forced fumble. Will Clark with the recovery. Dormandy, 5 turnovers today. A brutal showing. Arlington goes to 4-4. Their playoff hopes, 1.5 games up on San Antonio. You could hear San Antonio cry out in agony over that one. As that's the ball game. Arlington going to 4-4. Orlando 1-7. Mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. They're not going to call any timeouts. They don't have to. That's it, folks. Arlington, second place in the South. And don't look now, but if Houston loses to San Antonio, we have a battle for first place. Arlington is 4-4. Houston's 4-3 after 3 straight losses. Arlington might sneak into first place, might be able to host a playoff game of their own. What a shocking finish all the way around. Buckley with a dumb decision not going for 3. Then Stoops with a dumb decision not going for it on 4th down. And somehow, it all worked out in the end. I don't know how. Luis Perez wins his Renegades debut, had a very solid showing. No mistakes, 16 for 25, 190, made all the throws he had to. The 1-2 combo of Brown and Smith did its job. Yeah, I think T-Buck is gone. T-Buck is absolutely gone. Orlando, they gave fans hope for a brief moment. Gave them hope for a brief moment. Oh no, I don't owe Stoops an apology. That was a horrible decision to not go for it. It's 4th on the foot, you can win the game. It almost backfired tremendously. They'd be in the same exact boat if they didn't get it versus where they were. They'd be at the same exact yard line. I'm not apologizing to Stoops. It doesn't change the fact that it was a bad decision. It's like how I did the Dodgers-Diamondbacks dumb decisions video last week. Look, the D-backs won the game. It doesn't change the fact that Perez Chica's decision to send Marte with Mookie Betts throwing was a bad move. Wow. Dormandy, again, playing like one of the best quarterbacks in football as of late. Played phenomenal against DC last week. 5 turnovers, couldn't hold onto the ball, no pocket presence whatsoever. And just like that, wow. Yeah, let's see the attendance. Let's see the attendance figures before I sign off for good. Let's see. How's it going, Ogoro? How's it going? Let's see. Well, then it wasn't close for scoring. They were 10 yards away from field goal range. Official attendance is 7,789, which means they averaged 8,931 fans over their 5 home games. So yeah. No, they were close to scoring. They were absolutely close to scoring. They were. Look, if they got 5 more yards, they were the 44-yard line. They got 5 more yards, they were absolutely in field goal range. Loving the baseball videos a lot. You're really showing how knowledgeable you are about the game. I'm learning some things I didn't know about. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love doing baseball vids. I'm learning something new every day. That's the beauty of the baseball channel. I love learning the history of the game. I'm learning some stuff that I never knew, which is awesome. It's as much for me as it is for you guys. I love making the videos, but I love learning stuff. So yeah, I think I'm going to end it on that. We've been on the air for 6 straight hours. Crazy day of XFL. Bears ever play at Wrigley? Yes, they did. They did play at Wrigley back in the day. But we were been on the air for 6 hours. Did the Battlehawks Vipers overtime thriller, and then on top of that, we did this crazy finish. Again, tomorrow, we are not live streaming the Brahmas game. We are live streaming the game of the season on paper. We are live streaming Seattle against DC. 6-1 versus 5-2. Will we see a rematch of that in the playoffs? Be an interesting thing. So I think we're going to call it on that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been a crazy day of streaming. Crazy day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, JG and I video coming out tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. Maybe JG7 video as well. We'll see. Not sure. But I'll let you know on that. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Until next time, this is Jerry, and I'm signing off. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more